Constitution of Ireland, also known as Bunreacht na hÉireann, was ratified in 1937 after a long and tumultuous drafting process. This new living document sought to consolidate the rights of Irish citizens, offering them the best legal protection possible. However, a modern Ireland has unveiled the Constitution as a product of its time, heavily influenced by the values of Catholic Ireland. Thankfully, there have been many referendum amending certain articles to allow for the growth and modernisation of the Constitution. Article 41.2 provides that a woman's place is in the home and that the state shall endeavour to ensure that she shall remain in the home if she so wishes. Although there was some opposition to the provision at the time by women's groups, most women in Ireland did not have a problem with the wording, as it was simply a reflection of Irish society at the time. Eamon de Valera stated that the women of Ireland would agree wholeheartedly with the wording of the provision and that it wasn't in place to allow women to remain in the home and ease the financial burdens that modern life may place on them.
It is clear that this reflects the cultural and social norms of the time and not the contemporary views and values of Irish society. The original intention of this article was to allow women to work in the home and to take away the financial pressure that comes with working in such jobs. But unfortunately, this was never acted upon. Similarly, the provision has never actually provided any legal benefit to women of Ireland. The article itself has only been mentioned in a mere 25 cases. As such, it is no surprise that it has been a topic of recent debate and conversation. It is clear that women in the home provision faces an interesting future in Irish law. The Taoiseach Lee Varadkar recently announced that there will be a referendum in relation to Article 41.2 in November of this year, and that the fate of the provision will be in the hands of the general public. But what exactly is the public's opinion of this article?
My understanding of Article 41.2 is that it states in our Constitution that women belong in the home and it portrays women as the primary carer.
It's only when the debate began regarding this referendum that I learned of this article, but before that I didn't know this article existed.
I do think this article needs to be changed as it is extremely outdated and sexist.
Now that I know of this article, I do believe it should be amended to include all genders.
Until recently, changes to the woman in the home provision have proven quite difficult. In 2021, the Citizens' Assembly recommended that the provision be replaced with gender-neutral language. This amendment would oblige the state to take reasonable measures to adequately support the carers both in the home and in the wider community. The Oireachtas Joint Committee on Gender Equality has agreed with this recommendation. It is clear that substantial change is now on the horizon, with the recent announcement of a referendum which is due to take place in November this year. With this referendum looming on the horizon, it is now important to consider both the strengths and weaknesses of this potential new article. Gender-neutral language would be extremely advantageous, but it is the provision of economic support which the general public will be primarily focused on. Of course, it is entirely possible that there may be no real compulsion on the state to provide support in an economic sense. One may argue that this economic requirement has already been satisfied due to the various benefits that exist for carers at present. Moreover, some may believe that imposing a positive obligation on the government may be considered quite radical. Of course, despite these fears, this new recommendation would allow the courts to assess whether the care being provided is reasonable in the specific circumstances. This would be a massive step in the right direction, as it enables the citizens of Ireland to effect real significant change to the Irish Constitution.